Good morning, everyone. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, look at me. I forgot to put lipstick on. Hopefully you can hear me. I feel like I have a really bad case of morning voice. So, let's see. Let me get this set up. Awesome. Okay. How are you, everybody? I am Robin Link, and oh, thank you. And good. I'm really glad to hear you're great, Barra. Um, I am Robin Link, and I am here with your energy forecast for what is the week? June 22nd to June 28th. 2016, that's what it is. Here we go. Okay, let's see what the angels have to say. Good morning, Sherry. Let's see what the angels have to say about the upcoming week. I have a few cards pulled already, but I'm being led to pull a couple of more to add to this reading today. So it looks like it's going to be twofold. So give me just 1 second. Awesome, awesome. Oh, I love this. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to have a lot of stuff about, give me 1 sec. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff going on about family this week. The angel of family. So, some people are going to look at that and be like, oh my God, do you know what my family is like? Okay, and so here's the really cool thing, and it's really going to depend on what's going on in your life, but for some of you, this family stuff has to do with your family, of your biological family. Yeah, that's it, your biological family. And for some of you, this is going to be more about your soul family. And your soul family are your friends, your mentors, your chosen people, the people that you consider to be family, and you're not family by blood or through adoption. Okay, so I mean, I think that's really cool. We haven't seen the family stuff come up, and they're not saying a whole bunch about it. So let's see where it's going. Okay, good morning, goddess. So the first card, just to bring you in, Dominique, was Angel of Family, okay? And so transformation, the Angel of Transformation. So this is really, really cool. Family and transformation. I think that there are a lot of us who are on this path and just in this world in general who can use a little transformation in their family lives. You know, our families, especially the families we grew up with or who are our birth families, I mean, we don't always resonate with them, you know, and we don't always even like each other. And yet we're told, you know, blood is thicker than water and family is everything. But, you know, nobody really defines what family is in that case. There's so much coming in right this second. I can't even pull the words to slow them down to say it. Right? I mean, it's a big thing. I'll leave it at that, okay? You know that. I know that. You don't need me to go into more depth about it. Excuse me. But transformation, I mean, you cannot tell me that there is not somebody here who could not use a little transformation in one aspect of their family relationships and even friendships. So, I mean, do you have people in your life who always want something from you? Do you have people in your life that no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, you simply cannot please them? You know, and I know that for some of you, this is going to be your family. For some of you, it's going to be close friends. It might even be a mentor. It might be your whole family. Me too. They look at me like I'm just completely nuts. but it might be a mentor or something like that. It's interesting. We were having a conversation this past Father's Day, and I was feeling great. There was no animosity going on. No, nobody's ex-husbands were there. Nobody's ex-wives were there. The people who usually call problems, Angel, you're just going to have to wait over there. Sorry, bud. Angel rings the bell when he wants to go out. There was nothing going on that was bad, right? Or a challenge. And the conversation switched over to cars, right? So now you got to keep in mind, my dad and my brother, they've got a lot of money. I'm comfortable. They've got a lot of money. And I come from having a lot of money. So the conversation moved to cars. And so my dad's got a couple of vehicles already. And we were talking about, he was looking at Bentleys and, and he was looking at, oh my goodness, Bentleys, and then the really, 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 really expensive Mercedes, the ones that are well over 100,000 and blah, blah, blah. And my brother's looking at BMWs and this and that as his second vehicle. Hey, Charlene, how are you? and all this stuff, right? So here's the deal. Here's the point of that story. And you can see I already went into a little bit of that wonkiness. I used to be able to participate in that conversation. Like, we all used to have really, really, really cool cars. We all, when I was married, we had a Jaguar and we had a Cadillac, right? So, it's not like I'm a pauper now. But the thing is, I can't participate in that conversation at the level that I used to. And it made it really, really hard for me. Now, that's where the transformation comes in, though, okay? What used to happen was I would start feeling really, 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 really bad about myself. And I would have started a fight with my family. Or I just would have went into, this depression and gone and sat in the corner. And instead... Hey, stop it, you two. And instead, what I did was I slowed down, I pulled myself back for a minute, and I looked at the conversation. And it was like, you know what? I can still look at these cars. I like these cars. So what if I'm not buying one right now? And what if, and what does being able to buy this car or not right now have to do with who I am? This is their definition of success, right? And I don't have to feel unsuccessful because I'm not buying a Mercedes that's well over $100,000 right now. This is the transformation. This was the transformational thought. It was not like, well, I don't have to feel like that and blah, blah, blah. It was just like, oh, wait, I can choose a different thought about this. I can choose to feel differently about this situation. So that's the energy that's going to be supporting you this week when we're talking about family, the theme of the week, and transformation, the energy that's here to help you this week. So that's just one example. There's a lot of different ways that transformation can show up, and as far as families go, but that's what it is. So give me a second. Okay, so we'll see how it specifically shows up for you, but I like to give you examples. The energy that's really going to be giving you a challenge is creativity, however. So it might be hard for you to find the creative solutions to be able to accept the transformation. It may be hard for you to find the creative solutions that allow you to create a transformation, right? But I'm not gonna, I'm gonna tell you the same old song and dance that I always tell you. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. I mean, don't you? I crack myself up. When you watch this on YouTube, you're not going to see like the names showing up like down here. So that's why I'm always like waving where the names are instead of at the camera. It's very whatever. So, but creativity, I'm going to tell you the same thing I always tell you about that. And get quiet. Just get quiet so that you can allow the creative thoughts to show up. Okay? Try moving your body, dance, sing, jump around, walk the dog, walk the cat. Just get outside, take a walk down the block, jump in place, do something to get your body moving, because what it does is it gets your energy shifting, and it's changing. You know me, I'm big on changing your physiology. So I can sit here like this. I sat down, I was tired, I was running late again this morning, and blah, blah, blah. And if I sat down with how I felt, right, at that particular moment, I would not be doing a really great energy report. I wouldn't be doing an accurate energy report. So instead, I chose to sit down and sit up and raise my voice a little bit and kind of look at you as much as I can. And that changes my physiology, and then my state follows suit, right? And so that's one of the creative ways that you can start shifting the energy so that you can find the transformations with the family or with anything in your life, right? So, and do that anytime that you're feeling stuck. Angel, you need to wait. You need to wait. Sit. Sit. I know Daddy's not home. Sit. Sorry. Somehow or another, these two love to get in on the energy forecast one way or the other. And Roxy's picking up her toy. So, absolutely, the creativity is a big deal, and changing your state. And what else was I going to say about that? And changing your state might be where we're going to end with that one. Oh, acknowledging yourself for those areas where you're stuck, acknowledging yourself for those areas where you're hurting. Okay, it's not about sitting there and going, oh my God, I'm such an idiot, I can't figure this out, and blah blah blah, and da 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 da. It's like, you know what, I can't figure this out, and instead of feeling bad about myself, I am going to choose, Angel, he's like a dog, a real baby. Say hello. I am going to choose to feel differently, right? And I'm going to choose to send love to the part of me that feels stuck. Because that's where the blocks come from. They come from those areas where we need more love, where maybe we didn't receive it as a kid, maybe we didn't receive it as an adult, maybe a family member or a trusted friend or mentor came to you and told you that you weren't talented, or that you shouldn't be a healer, or that you shouldn't be a writer, or that you shouldn't be whatever your dream was. Right? And what that does is it really creates, yes, yeah. See, and what that does is that creates that ache in your heart, that ache in your soul, and it creates that area where you just don't feel good about yourself, right? Well, that person is really like a child. That hurt and that pain is really like a child. And so you're going to hear me say this over and over again. Treat it like a child. Speak to it like a child. Tell it that you love it. Tell it that it's okay. Tell it that you see that it's tired right now. Tell it that you see how hard it's trying, even though it hasn't succeeded yet. Speak the words you wish you heard. Speak the words that you wish you could hear now. That's what's going to help heal everything within you. Not just stuff related to family, not stuff related to relationship. It's going to help with everything. Okay? Now, your ahas are going to come up in those moments where you truly feel safe and protected. Look, look at Angel. I can't even. I think he just saw himself and me on the camera. So, jeez. Sorry, buddy. The aha moments are going to come when you feel safe and protected. Okay? And whether that's going to be a remembered state of feeling safe and protected, based on just an old memory when something happened and you thought the worst was going to show up and it didn't. It's also going to show up in those times where you are able to shine your light so bright that the crap can't get in, but those moments of feeling safe and protected are truly going to help you with your own transformation. Okay, so really quick again, I don't know why we have so many people showing up right now. That's not making sense. People joining the broadcast, but here we go again. So the theme is Angel of Family, okay? And we're looking at the energy supporting us is transformation, transforming the painful moments, okay? Creativity, the creativity is where, yeah, that's a dog. Really? Yeah, it's my dog. Oh, boy. The creativity is where you're going to have the little bit of a challenge, and the protection are those aha moments, and that's where you're going to get through your challenges and find your creative solutions to your problems. Now, just as a second little piece to the reading, we also have the Angel of Abundance showing up this week, which is really cool. I'm really happy to see that. And with abundance, we have peace and we have gratitude. Okay, so that's really phenomenal. So outside of all the family stuff, there's going to also be a huge theme about abundance. And I'm really happy to see that because it's such a tricky place for all of us. And here we go. This. Yay. Okay. So look at this. For some reason, we've got, oh boy. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at everybody that's joining, and I know that this is not good. Oh, man. So abundance, yay. We're just going to be blocking a lot of people for a minute here. So give me a sec. Yeah, not good at all. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. So, it's funny. This is what happens. This is what happens when you put your name and your face out there more and more often. Stuff shows up. And the idiots show up. So, thank God for the block button because I'm really using it a lot. Yay me. So, abundance for this week, okay? It's really cool. I'm really happy to see that it's showing up. And and again, peace and gratitude. And in this particular moment, with all of this garbage going on and showing up in the abundance of garbage showing up, in this particular Periscope, this particular broadcast. I'm really, really glad that even though I'm getting thrown off by Angel ringing the bell, having to block users and all that kind of stuff, I'm able to stay in that place of peace, right? And I'm able to remain in gratitude, right? I think that's so important, and that also flies into the family stuff, because sometimes there really is an abundance of crap that happens with the family. And a lot of times the transformation goes in a way that's different than what you would want or hope. You know, because the fact of the matter is sometimes we have to step away from our family members. And we don't like that, and we don't want that, and it's not what we taught, and we feel bad about it. But that's simply the way it is sometimes. Hey Genevieve, how are you? It's simply the way it is sometimes, and the minute that you can get into the acceptance of that and find your peace, then things start transforming. And then you'll start feeling more protected. You'll know you're protected. You'll know that what people say about you within your family, and even their rejection of you within your family unit, has nothing to do with you. Because here's the deal. Yeah, your older kids, right? I know somebody else that's going through that with their kids. Their rejection of you has nothing to do with you, and it's got everything to do with who they are emotionally inside. And here, the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter that they're family. There's still people who have personalities. And not every personality is going to complement the other. Hello there. Not every personality is going to complement the other, even if it's family. So just accept that there's personalities that are going to clash. That's all. And it's, yeah, your younger kids are different than your older kids. That's awesome. That's awesome, because they had different life experiences. You were a different person then. They had, and they have different perceptions of the world. Exactly, right? And that shows up even in your family. I mean, and that'll show up even with brothers and sisters who are only a year apart. So much happens in a life in a year. You can have completely different life experiences growing up in the same family. And perception. Your perception is based on your personality. It's based on your belief systems. So you can all have really, really different perceptions of what life was. You know, it's funny. My dad, when my dad and I were talking this weekend, yeah, my brother's 9 years younger than me. It's not, and he doesn't not want me to do well. He just looks at me like I've got 6 heads, you know, because I'm very different than the sister who he knows from his childhood, you know, nowadays. But but the thing is, our perceptions are based on our beliefs, right? It's based on our life experiences. It's based on the meaning that we gave to whatever happened in our life. So what I was starting to say was, like, my dad, he really, you know, he worked a lot, and he really has no idea what my life was as on a day-to-day basis, Monday through Friday. You know, we used to spend time together on the weekends, But Monday through Friday, when I would be going to school and going and getting beaten up at the bus stop, and and then coming home and my lived with my mom, my dad, my grandparents, and my grandparents and my mom, they didn't know how to handle that. They didn't know what to tell me to do. It was outside their realm of experience. It made me feel very unsafe. And so my father would always know what to do. And so he became, in my mind, my protector. You know, he was the safe port in the storm. But he didn't really understand that until this weekend when we were talking at Father's Day. He also had no clue that when I would do something wrong as a kid, back in the days, your parents would smack you, right? Well, again, living at home, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, and, I was very precocious. I was too smart for my own good. I saw things that a kid shouldn't see, and it challenged my mother and my grandparents, And, so, like, I was that kid when my mother would say, finish your breakfast. There's kids starving in China. Don't throw it away. And I would be like, well, how do I give them my leftover oatmeal? Okay, I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not hungry, but I want to give it to them. So that's the way my little mind worked. And I would get in trouble for being a smartass. And the thing is, because that's the way my mind constantly worked, I got in trouble a lot. And again, Italian. So, you were getting smacked with a brush, a wooden spoon, a slipper. And like my father has no idea that there were times, like he had no idea until this weekend, that there were plenty of times where my mother, my grandmother, and my grandfather would all be ganging up on me, because what would happen is my mother would be yelling at me and my grandmother would get involved because I was being bad and whatever else. And then my grandfather would hear the commotion and he would get involved. And so think about it. You're 5, you're 6, you're 7, even 8, even 4, whatever. And you have not one person screaming their head off at you, and fine, it was out of frustration. They didn't know what to do with me. But now you've got 3. And in those days, you smacked your kids. So I wasn't abused, the way they talk about abuse now. But when I got in trouble, I got in big trouble. And it was usually because I was using my voice. So, like this garbage that just showed up, through the Periscope, part of the reason that was throwing me off so much was because if you know me outside of Periscope and you know me outside of my Facebook page and my group, you know that I've been using my voice a lot more lately, and I've been using it clearly, and I've been speaking about a lot of what's really going on, right? My family sees that stuff. They see that stuff, so they're learning a lot about me. And it can be scary. But what I want for you guys is to allow, when it comes to family in this upcoming week, I want you to allow for that transformation, because that's the energy that's here to support you. And just because creativity and finding creative solutions is going to be a challenge, it doesn't mean that you won't find ways of overcoming it when you can get into those moments of feeling safe and protected, being in prayer, being in meditation, doing whatever you can to shine your light out on the world and to not dim it. Abundance is showing up this week. Okay? It may show up as money, and it may show up as an abundance of problems, and it may show up both ways. But when you can be at peace and hold that space of gratitude, you'll experience true abundance. And true abundance is not just money, and it's not just love, and it's not just peace. It's all of it. It's all of it. So I really am kind of grateful that we just had all those trolls fly through, because it forced me to get more quiet today and give you a deeper reading than I would have before. And it forced me to get more present, and it forced me to get more determined to deliver to you today the information that you needed to hear. Everything in life happens for you, never against you. I could have chosen to look at that as I was getting flustered as an excuse to end early and not finish. I could have chose to use that experience as a way to never do this again. I could have chosen to look at it as, oh my God, see what happens. People are against me. Every time I use my voice, this is what happens. Angel, this entire time, David took him out right before he left. He's been ringing the bell. He's been annoying. And I chose to go through. I chose to apply the meaning that I should be digging my feet in, getting firmer, and delivering these messages to you no matter what. You get to decide what things mean to you. And you get to use your life experiences in a way that actually support you, if you want. So with that, this is way long with all the problems that we had. I was planning on 15 minutes, 30, here we go. So I want to thank you all for being here. It's not too late to join Unleash Your Powerful Freaking Goddess. I'll put the link in the YouTube. Spiritual Perfectionists Anonymous, free Facebook community. You're welcome. It's a free Facebook community where we are a bunch of friends. We are like family in there. And we get together and we help and we support each other to get through this crazy thing we call life. And robinlink.com, that's my website. A lot of free stuff over there, a lot of goodies. You can learn more about me there. So have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being part of the troll parade and sticking through it. I'll talk to you next week. Yeah, you did miss a lot. See ya. I love when we do these long broadcasts because then for some reason my phone doesn't want to turn it off as fast. Yay. I wonder if there's going to be a replay because I just might have to just make my phone